Hey everybody, welcome to my Tarkov wipe guide, where I'll be going through the steps to make sure that you get off to a good start during the new 13-13 wipe pack. Whether it's your first time playing Tarkov, it's your first wipe, or you're returning after a long time, this video will have information that will help everybody. So what is Tarkov Morend? You might be asking if you're new. And I could just read through the game's Wikipedia page for this segment, but instead I'll give you my take on what I think Tarkov is. So, Escape from Tarkov is an extraction-based, realistic FPS shooter game made by Battlestate Games in Russia. So, the premise of the game right now is to go into raids and loot anything you can whilst completing quests for the game's 6 traders and upgrading your PMC's hideout. The mechanics of the game are unlike any game I've come across in all my years of gaming. The survival elements give the game a completely new dimension from other survival-based games, like having to do surgery in a bush because you got shot in the leg or the arm, or having to take medication to help your character stay steady enough to shoot after you've been shot. Features like these add a lot of adrenaline and rage potential to the game, but rage potential where you'll find yourself saying, oh, just one more raid. The future of the game, once it's out of beta, is for the game to be driven by a 100 quest storyline that will bring you all across the Tarkov region. Anyway, let's get back to the wipe. So, first things first, once you load up the game and you've selected your language, you'll be brought to the faction select screen, and you will have two options there, Bear and USET. The biggest difference in the option you choose will be your starting gear. If you select Bear, for instance, you will get Russian weapons, and if you select USET, you'll get more Western weapons. So that's essentially AKs versus M4s, and vodka versus whiskey, and so on. In my opinion, for the newer players, a better option would be to go for Bear because the AK weapons are a lot easier to modify, they're a lot easier to use, and go into one raid and you could find BT ammo or something like that, and then you have a weapon there that is pretty damn good against the higher level armors at that point. If you are new to Tarkov or you are returning after a while, one thing I'd recommend is to make sure that your keybinds are correct. For instance, I like to have my push to talk on the side of my mouse, and I also have my hold the breath button on the side of my mouse as well. One other thing I've changed is the melee button from V to M. It's harder to push accidentally. Now what you want to do is go on each individual trader and press the middle mouse button on all of the grayed out items. That will discover that item and give you XP for finding them. When you finish discovering the items on a trader, to get a little bit more XP, if you right click and inspect on the weapon, discover the individual parts as well and some of the weapons. Once that's all done, you should be almost ready to do your first raid. Before we get into where you're going for your first swipe, you might have noticed that the traders have this little green tick on them. That means that that trader has quests available to be accepted. So what you should do next is go onto that trader and accept the quest, and do that for all traders. Quests you will have accepted will be Debut for Prapor, Introduction for Skier, and Shorted for Therapist. Now, we want to try and do these in a way where we can chain them together, or at least finish parts of each quest. So the way I would recommend doing this would be to do your first raid on Woods. The first place I'll show you on Woods is Sawmill, specifically the 3 cabins. This area can be dangerous, but at the start of the wipe, many players will be exploring the new Tarkov map for the first time, so it may be quieter than usual. However, be aware that the Scav boss Sturman may be present. If not, there will be a few Scavs you can kill as part of the debut quest, and you may also find other useful items of interest. The items on the screen at the moment are useful early wipe for quests. The link to this image will be in my description. At the cabins, you can find bags, jackets, and even a safe. On my first raid at Woods, I found the machinery key, which is needed for a quest that comes up early on in the quest list. Just a side note, if you come across sugar, keep them and put them in your stash for now, because they will get expensive in a couple of weeks when people start to get to the stage where they're brewing alcohol. The next part of Woods I'm going to show you is the main reason for coming to Woods in the first place, and that's to unlock Jaeger. That place is the crashed jet, and it's just east of the Sawmill cabins. Once you get to the crashed jet, you need to look for a little hunter's hut, and just underneath that there will be a piece of paper to pick up. You must extract with that piece of paper for the quest to complete, so that is why the next location I'm going to suggest is optional, and probably even based on where you spawn. The next location is completely optional, but if you do manage to go there, there is a good chance you'll find quest items like Slayer medical kits, or even upgrades for the hideout like toilet paper and soap. The location in question is military camp. It's full of medical bags, medical supply crates, and it even has up to 5 or 6 scavs there that you can kill, and those kills will go towards debut. These locations help us complete 3 quests in a chain, because the papers needed to unlock Jaeger, and once you've unlocked Jaeger, you will have the ability to buy 2 MP133 shotguns for the quest debut. And being on watch, you can also easily get the scav kills, which are also needed for debut. And if you manage to visit the military base, you have the chance to find all 3 Slayers in one raid if you're lucky. So, with your first raid done, and potentially the first 3 quests done as well, this will put you in a good standing on the start of the wipe. My next suggestion would be to do a scav run, and while you're on your scav run, look out for these items on screen that will be needed in upcoming quests. It's important to use your scav whenever you can to supplement your income and build your fence rep. Fence rep is important because it means that the price of taking car extracts will go down and the chance to spawn with really good loot on your scav will be improved. Spawning with stuff like labs cards, chainlets, gold rings, you name it, you can spawn with it. To finish out the video, I'm going to give you 5 resources that helped me out massively when starting with Escape from Tarkov. Bear in mind that these resources are for new people, but stick around, you may not have heard of some of these before. So first on the list is the Escape from Tarkov wiki. This is the single most useful website I use for the game. It helps you on quests, it helps you figure out how to unlock certain items, it just has all the information you need about the game, like a Wikipedia does. The ammo in Escape from Tarkov can be fusing, and after a while you will remember which ammo is good and vaguely remember what is bad. But the EFT ammo website is a fantastic resource for starting out and for when you're wondering what a 7.62 times 5.1 M80 is. The first thing you need to do when picking up Escape from Tarkov is learn the maps. You need to learn their extraction points, how to get to them, which ways you can and can't go, and that information you will all pick up in time. But for now, Map Genie provides you with the map on a browser page, so if you've got another screen, you can just stick it on that screen and then have it open while you're going about your raid. Whilst you're doing this, you can have things shown such as caches, extracts, spawn points, even scav spawn points, which makes it amazing for doing quests. The next resource I'm going to show you is a fellow content creator and a massive legend of the game. His name's Paul, but he goes by Pestily online. Pestily is a highly knowledgeable and highly skilled player with amazing gameplay, amazing guide content, and amazing technical content on his channel. But what sets him apart from the other content creators is the raid. Every wipe, Pestily jumps on an alt account and he will record himself starting from new, like everybody else. He will go through the rigmarole of doing quests, killing other PMCs and having fun. If I were you, I'd click on his link in my description and go subscribe and get ready for the new season of the raid. And for number 5, we have Twitch. There are plenty of different content creators on there with a variety of different playstyles and different knowledge. So if I were you, I'd get on there and start supporting one of the amazing Tarkov streamers out there. Who knows? You might even catch me live playing during the wipe. That's it, guys. That's the end of the video. That is my tips, my thoughts, and that is all of the resources I use all the time while I'm playing Escape from Tarkov. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this, and I promise they will get better in the future. Please do leave me feedback in the comments. That will help massively to improve these in the future. And please do like, comment, and subscribe. I want to push to get partnered at the moment, and to do that, I need 1,000 subscribers. So I need all of the help I get. And again, thank you for watching. I hope at least one tip in this video, one piece of information in this video helped you out this wipe, and I'll catch you in the next one.